Over the past 15 years, the number of ELL students has almost doubled to about 5 million. By the year 2025, nearly 1 out of 4 kids in public schools will be an English language learner. 75% of ELL students are Spanish speakers. In the state of California alone, there are more than 1.5 million ELL students.
Should English be America's official language? So far, 28 states have passed laws making it so. But there's a big problem. There just aren't enough teachers to help immigrants learn the English language. More immigrants are settling in suburbs and sometimes have to wait months for an opening in an English class.
In one of my classes one day I was asking a question. She couldn't understand me and she didn't know what to do, and I just forget about my question.
Sometimes when you sit in the class and if you want to ask some question and teacher answer you, sometimes you just speak a little bit fast, and sometimes say don't give any explanation. I understand, but without explanation it's a little bit hard.
For me, the hardest part was when they did give directions, and specific in math, because I know a lot of math, but I didn't understand my teacher.
First of all, I'm Jeff Collum, and I'm an ELL teacher.
What sorts of challenges do ELL students face when it comes to their education in America?
For any student learning a new language, it's hard, but then you're also moving to a new country with a new school system. A lot of our students are refugees, and there's a term called SLIFE, students with limited formal education, and a lot of the ELL students did not have school or very much school in their former country. So it's pretty hard to get, you just don't have language, you have to know school skills and they don't have them, so it takes extra time.
How long does it typically take a student to learn English?
For most languages, to learn any new language is 5 to 7 years. It takes about 3 years to learn social English, like greetings and talking at a store or kind of social situations, but for academic language like science, words, social studies, reading and writing, at least 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
If you've never been in school before, like some of my students, it's more than that.
Okay. Did you know that in America, 40% of ELL students don't graduate high school? Why do so many ELL kids end up failing or dropping out?
I think it relates to if the kid didn't have a lot of formal schooling in their old country, it's pretty hard to get caught up, and they see that pretty fast. So some of them may drop out because they can see that they can make some money, even if it's a low-wage job, versus getting D's or N's in school.
And then how do you think this can be helped? What needs to change so the 40% can go down?
Well, a lot of students just need more time to learn. So the state of Minnesota recently changed the law to give funding for 6 years of school, and they're looking at changing, instead of being out of school by 21, they're looking at changing it to 23 or 24 years old, which would give them that extra time. Another thing that is related, but I think would just help, is for Americans to kind of understand the challenge that foreigners have when they come here, that it's hard not just to learn the language, but to get an education here in a new language, to learn how to get a job in a new country. If I went to Thailand right now and I didn't speak Thai, it would be pretty hard to go to school, take chemistry in Thai, take social studies in Thai, graduate and get a job all in Thai. So I think Americans kind of look at it as like, why don't they learn English? Whereas actually most Americans need to step back and be impressed at how these people have gone through a big challenge.
Thank you, Mr. Collins.
All right, thank you.
The No Child Left Behind Act is a law put in place by the government that gives kids equal tools to help them succeed. For all ELL students, they are exempt from test requirements for their first year of school in America. But their second year, they are expected to be proficient in English and must meet their test requirements. Otherwise, schools are sanctioned for poor quality instruction. The No Child Left Behind Act is drawing so much needed attention to the achievement of ELL students, but the way this act treats these students isn't helping anyone. For this to actually help them is if they were to have to meet the same academic standards as kids of color or kids with disabilities or even kids with low-income families.
A big struggle for ELL students is math. Math is a very confusing subject, and ELL students have a very hard time with math because all the directions are in English. There needs to be more dedicated teachers to help ELL students with all their learning needs. Another thing is they need an ELL counselor because ELL students are scared to go down to their counselor when they need help with something. So if there's a counselor for specifically ELL students, that would help them tremendously.